Okay, it's 6 o'clock and we do have a quorum. We'll call this meeting to order. Mr. Gum, will you read those from the meeting laws?
I, the undersigned clerk of the Board of Education of Waynoka School District I-3 of Woods County, Oklahoma, do hereby certify that prior to December 15th of the last calendar year, the date, time, and place of this regular meeting was filed in the office of the clerk of Woods County, Oklahoma. If any changes have been made of the date, time, or place of this regular scheduled meeting, proper notice in writing has been given to the county clerk as required by law, not less than 10 days prior to the implementation of said changes. I also certify that at least 24 hours prior to the meeting, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, that the date, time, place, and agenda of this meeting was posted in prominent public view at the location of the meeting. Witness my hand and seal of this school district this first day of October 2018.
Okay, roll call. Clint?
Here.
Garrett? John? Here. Travis here, Rick Stats. All of the following items will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and approval of the following items. 4A to 4A.
Make a motion to approve items 4A through 4L.
Second?
Motion to second. How do you vote, Gary?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Other reports? Superintendent report.
All right, looking at our finances so far to this year, you can see our expenditures are up from where they were last year, about $49,000. Again, 30 of that is personnel and the raise they got. Our revenue, we're on pace with what we did last year. As you can see, we have right now 4.9 cash balance. Child nutrition, our expenditures are up just a little bit from last year, but if you remember, we didn't start breakfast until January. We're starting breakfast obviously at the start of the year, so that's why our expenditures are a little higher for child nutrition. Revenue obviously is a little higher because they're paying for their breakfast. Building fund expenditures are down. We're down on the year about $20,000, but again, some of those costs we moved into the general fund too. So, and of course, we haven't collected much yet, but that's not the start. One thing I kind of wanted to point out, I know Garrett wasn't here for a special meeting, but our valuation is $89,662,675. I know we looked at maybe close to 91, but we had a TIF put on our district from Woods County, so that did drop at about 1.2 million. So 89 is what we're looking at. The good part about that is that when we sold our bond, we sold it at a 19.7% increase, which would have been 14.3 mils. The increase for their taxes is 18.11, which is 13.2 mils. So they won't pay quite as much as what we sold the bond, which is better than the other way around. If you guys want to go to the OSSBA region meeting, I need to know probably today so I can go ahead and register for that. It'll be on October 16th. I've got Garrett going. That's all I've got down right now. So if you want to go, make sure so I can get you registered this week. As far as, obviously we don't have any principals, but Mr. Smith submitted what he wanted to tell you guys. Everybody should have this page. Did you upload it in our? I think it's uploaded in our agenda as well. So if you guys want to read through there, and contact him if you have any questions. That's all I've got.
Okay, item 6, discussion with interaction between the Board of Education and Chris Richardson, Jody Hall, Construction LLC on bond project progression.
You've got the floor.
Mr. Klein said I had an hour or so.
if y'all get comfy. Is that right? Oh, at least you're honest about it. No, he asked me to come
If we
by.
need it, however you can have it.
I don't know what I'd say for now. Those plans are pretty updated. We've met 6 or 8 times now. We've been through 2 or 3 budgets. We're tight on budget. And some of the things that we're going through in our meetings is getting the budget back down. And we met for about 30 minutes tonight before the board meeting, just going through some numbers. And then we come back Thursday with the architect and meet again, and we'll go back through the budget. So we're making some good progress. Probably the biggest piece to the whole puzzle, which you guys know, is the heat and air system. I mean, that weighed a lot of unknowns, and it's not fully designed yet. I'll be the first to tell you that, because there's still a lot of unknowns that we're still going through in an effort to create a better budget. So, and the roof's a big moving piece too. So,
And the main reason for that is steel costs,
the
right?
steel cost, steels went up 35%, sheetrocks went up 25%, and it's no different than gas and a gallon of milk. Once it goes up, it never comes back down. Don't ask me why. I use that as an excuse, and unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. And interest rates going up too, guys, that affects you. So, you guys know all that. So, anyway, we're fighting all that. The architect has told us, our architect, I'm calling him Mr. Klein, our architect, team game, has told us that he will have plans to us 100% at the end of this month. If, and that needs to be a big point in the meeting minutes, if he holds true to that, we'll take bids before Thanksgiving, which is my hope. We have to advertise for 21 days, state law. So once I get the plans, be just like the gym remodel. We'll take public bid opening, I would assume, in the cafeteria, and that's up to you on the time and date that fits y'all, 21 days after. So that it needs to be before Thanksgiving. And our architect knows that in all seriousness, and Mr. Klein's on board for that, and so am I. We got a guy that's ready to go. So the dirt work's going good. The county's been wonderful to help, and so is he. He's done a lot of work, whether he wants to do it or not. So something about coaching football. We don't have time for that. So anyway, the dirt work's really close. We got it up high enough now where if it does rain, it goes to this corner. So, and I don't know if y'all noticed the canopy sagging a little bit too. It concerns me every time I come up here. So, I don't know if that answers any questions. The budget's tight. You guys knew that a year ago. I'm hoping that we're back here in, what is that, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, taking bids. That's my hope. And then we'll come back. When's your meeting in November?
First Monday of November.
So it's the first Monday. So we come back the first week of December, essentially, and award bids to proceed, unless you guys have a special one. But that would be Thanksgiving. That'd be silly. That'd be dumb. So it'd be that following week.
Unless we can push it out the 3rd week of October.
And if we can, which is great, I hope we can. You've done a good job pushing the architect, which is what he needs to be doing to help us. And don't listen to me when you're not writing a check. So, y'all know how that goes. Any questions? I won't talk an hour. Any questions about what y'all think? It was a good job. And you guys know what it's like. Already making excuses. We had him start the job, but y'all know what it's like heading into wintertime starting the job. Not very pleasant. But we have a weak winter like last year in the winter. So, anyway.
Are there any other big projects that are likely to coincide?
There are, I'm
This
glad you
time?
said that. So we're doing Moreland and doing Fairview. So both of those group of subs, if y'all don't, we've advertised that this job will be out in the fall. We start doing that a year in advance so everybody kind of knows. So you're going to get to capture a lot more momentum from those 2 schools because they've already been, they already started. Moreland's about 20% done, and the fairgrounds at Fairview is probably about 40% done, as of this morning. So both of those groups, both of those school subs will get to, it's a great time to be bidding work, I can tell you that, even with steel cost time. People are hungry right now, and it's nice to have a good job at the end of the year.
Carry over.
That's exactly right. People look at it that way and think, crap, I'll get a nice job before Christmas, take me in the first of the year. Good question. So, anyway.
Anything else for him?
Appreciate the work, appreciate y'all's time. Hope I'm back here in 6 weeks or 7 weeks.
5.
5, 6. I want to keep saying 6 or 7 and Lori retires. Throw her off. 5,
You hear
4,
me? I was
3,
like,
7.
Stuff up there for us.
See, I don't want to read this now. Yeah, that's good. The architect told Mr. Klein, don't put Chris with Joe Halstead. That's all I need you to put for you. I need my paycheck. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for coming.
Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you, see me.
Yes, ma'am, as always. See ya. Be careful.
Okay, vote to approve or not approve fundraiser request for 18-19 school year for junior class and athletics.
Junior class fundraiser is the basketball concession. The athletics is a kind of dry run of a online store for Waynoka gear.
We have a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve those 2 fundraisers.
Second.
Okay. All vote yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Vote to approve or not approve the annual election resolution for the 18-19 school year and call for an election.
One thing I kind of want to point out for this is it's a little different than it has been. If you guys have noticed, they changed the law on us a little bit. So we still call for the election, but depending on how many candidates file depends on when the actual election is going to be. There's 2 dates, February 12th and April 2nd. So if 3 or more candidates file, then February 12th will be the date. And then if none of those 3 candidates receive 50% or better, we'll take the top 2 and have the runoff on April 2nd. If there's just 2, then it'll be on April 2nd. We're used to having it in February, but they had changed the law this year. So, again, if there's just 1 person, then no election needs to be held. So it's a little different. So we could have an election on the 12th, we could have one on April 2nd. It just kind of depends on if somebody runs, how many people run. If it's just 2, it'll be April 2nd. If it's 3 or more, it'll be February, and then a possibility in April, depending on the vote count. So I wanted to point that out to you guys because that is one big change for this year that they changed in the law.
Do we have a motion to approve the annual election resolution?
I'll make that motion.
For seat number 4.
I'll second.
Seat number 4. Okay, we have a motion and a second. How do you vote, John?
Yes.
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 Okay, vote to approve or not approve the 18-19 extra duty schedule.
Nothing's changed on here except for one little issue with the career tech stipend that they give out. They send through us and we give to our career tech teachers, and they raised the ag summer pay by $500, so we have to reflect that in our extra duty.
Move to approve the 2018-2019 extra duty schedule.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. How do you vote, Tom?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Any new business?
No new business at this time.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
And I'll vote yes.
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 Yes.